If you enjoy this channel or this content, if you could drop a like or a sub, that would certainly be appreciated, and it really does go a long way. So this patient's coming in for removal of a lesion. How long's it been on your scalp now?
Oh, probably a year.
For a year. So it's mobile. I'm working with Dr. Jane again today. So Dr. Jane, what do we think this is?
Pilar cyst?
Yeah, pilar cyst. And why do we call it a pilar cyst?
Like arising from the hair follicle?
Yeah, and a hair follicle is actually referred to as a pilar cell, so this is why they call it pilar cyst specifically. So we've essentially added freezing all the way around this. I always add over top just to make sure that he's actually frozen well from our circumferential block, but he didn't feel anything when we put that in either. So
Oops.
this will all be about finding the right plane. So this is our number 15 blade. So he conveniently cut his hair very short, which is nice for us. It's the only reason I keep my hair short like that too. It's just
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So as I start to open that up, Dr. Jane, I just want to use these are Cryleys and just see if it can open up to see if I'm through the dermis, see if I can actually see the actual cyst membrane underneath it. This one's close. There's just a very thin membrane between. I can probably force it. Oh yeah, I can force it open with this. So see the difference there? So see right there, underneath there, that's the actual cyst membrane. So on top of it, I'm going to just keep the Cryleys here, and then I'll use this just to extend the incision. So this will protect the actual underlying cyst while I do that. So you can see a better feel of it now. So now there's still a very thin membrane there that we'll have to work through, but essentially it's almost there. So on this side we'll do the same thing. Thank you. Just dab that for me, please. Now, the one thing I always talk to younger residents and students about is just make sure that you're aware of bleeding planes when you set this up. So obviously this is set up properly, so if you started to bleed because the scalp didn't have a big blood supply, that it would just bleed downwards and not, into the field. He's actually helping us that way as well because he doesn't have a bad blood supply here. So essentially now all I'm doing is on both sides, I just want to break down adhesions. See how that's sticking right there? It's just because there's an adhesion that's there. Now it's pushing. And that's the thin layer I was talking about. So now that I've separated that out, you can see here. See now this is right down. That's on top. There's that little material that's here. That's what was on top of it that we just broke through there. So now that's the cyst capsule right there. You're comfortable?
Yep.
It's a nice size.
Almost. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this a millimeter or two.
It's much easier to get it out intact.
I just always like, so we know there's no debate about how clean the field is, and then we know the actual membranes. Now it's kind of a semantic point at this stage. We could have certainly chosen to just rupture the membrane and then remove it all out, but this is pretty simple. And the difference between like a millimeter is of no consequence to, so see here, these are the adhesions here, back here. So I'm just going to separate those out. Just like that, that separates there. See those there. Just like that. And then that's our cyst there. So what would we expect to find when we incise into this?
Keratin.
Yeah, and what's this keratin will look like?
Kind of white.
Yeah, white, sort of cheesy a little bit, yeah. So this is not oxidized, so you can see there's not a grayish component to it. So, and that's the keratins there. A little bit off in color, but not bad. That's what we expect. But now there's no debate about it being completely removed.
There you go.
So this was actually pretty for us. It didn't bleed at all, and the scalp can have a lot of vascular supply. Stab that for me. So any hairs we get entangled here, one hairs are short, but we'll just go in afterwards and we'll just take those out. Now you could certainly choose to just shave the whole area. You wouldn't shave with a straight blade, you just sort of clip it. It makes it simpler, but I mean, he may not care all that much, but a lot of people will. That you're going to create a bald spot that's there, even though the hair grows back. Certainly lots of our female patients will be concerned with that. You can work around even long hair. It's just a little bit of a pain because it gets caught up in your stitch material a little bit. You have to fish it out. You're still comfortable? Oh, yeah. Watch, you're gonna miss it a little bit. We don't have anything to play with up on.
Oh, I'm definitely not gonna miss it.
All right. You'll reach for it in 2 weeks. You'll be like, oh. So the only thing I do as well, again, his hair is short, but if it was long, you just want to leave your tail long, so you can grab it here on top of the hair follicles, just so it doesn't get caught up in that end. So all I'm doing in pushing that is, again, I'm trying to oppose the basement membranes. So I don't want any buckling happening there. Just dab that for me. So all along that, I just want to push that in just a little bit. Because I want all of that to line up, but I can tighten that down a bit. And this is where we, on any tails that are caught, we just rattle them and then take the hairs out. Should be fine. Looks good. So we'll just clean that up, pressure dressing on him, see him back about 10 days.